Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup Podcast, episode 79. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
Good week.
Yeah.
Got a lot of cards.
Yeah, we did. Too many cards. We'll
Got
see
a lot
how
of cards
far
to
we
talk
get.
about.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about the new Dusk Till Dawn spoilers that have come out. Talk about what side we're on, whether we're on the light or the shadow, and what we've played. We played some things. What did you play, John?
Nothing. Diablo? What are you talking about? What did we play?
We did play Diablo.
I didn't go to the shop this week. You did.
I did. We played Commoner. I went okay. It was okay. 1-2 on Dory. It was fun.
And
Hatches,
Commoner.
axes. Yeah, it's Commoner. And then what else? And then I played the Lord of the Rings Magic Starter decks last night, which was a lot of fun.
Very cool.
It was neat. It's interesting.
Those
It's
are
funny.
the starters, not the commander decks,
Yes,
though, right?
yeah.
And
starters.
so they're very simple.
Yeah, they're very simple. Ish. There's some complexity. I wouldn't.
I was just say, is it a teacher deck? Is it the type you can
yeah.
teach people on, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. The friend I played with has played Magic. It's just been a while.
Yeah.
So, but
cool.
Nonetheless, it was fun. It's funny that like some of the cards in that deck are going for one of the cards in the deck is basically going for the price of the starter decks together.
Yeah, I mean that market is crazy.
It's all
and has
messed up.
been. And I mean, it seems like it's coming back to sanity.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Which would be nice.
Yeah, One Ring found.
Yeah.
If you didn't hear yet, if we're the one breaking the news to you, you should probably get some other people to follow because we're a little slow. That happened like a week ago now, almost.
Yeah. But yeah, it is interesting to see it come back down to like reality pricing once that was pulled.
Yeah, a little bit. It's back up to 400 right now.
Yeah.
As of the time of recording, it was down to like 350. I think
I saw
was
that.
the lowest. Yeah, so it's still holding up. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Individual cards are cheap though. Buy singles like always.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a binder. It'll be fun. But John, are you on the side of light or are you on the side of shadow? We have
all of our light shadow.
All right. Well, I'm on the side of light, so that makes things interesting.
Just by pure Dory default. That's why.
Yeah, you gotta.
You hate Prism though.
I know, but I might play Prism.
What?
The art in this set is gorgeous.
Oh, the art is
so
fantastic.
Good. Yeah, I just want to play with these cards. That's honestly why.
Yeah, they did it. I say this every time, but they just keep doing it. They knocked it out of the park with the art. It's so fun, exciting, interesting, and different. Like the styling on the angels and the figments is just insanely cool. So yeah, no, I agree with that part. I can still be on the side of dark, but the art on the light is definitely killer. Like, great job.
Yeah. So do we want to start with the light side? Start with Prism?
Yeah.
So we've seen this for a while now, but it'll be relevant for all the things we talk about. So if you do not know, Prism Awakener of Soul. Whenever a card with Herald in its name is put into Prism Soul during an action phase, you may search your deck for a figment. Put it into the arena, then shuffle. Once per turn instant, cost 2. Banish a card from Prism Soul and awaken target figment you control. Flip it. 32 health for intellect.
Yeah, the health thing is probably the biggest factor to make this like reasonable in the meta. Because she seems overpowered.
Like scary. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into it though. I don't want to spoil before we get through it, but I have a few concepts of combos in my head that I've been toying with mentally. Like, does this work? I think it works.
Yeah, and as a reminder, her weapon Luminaris Celestial Fury, once per turn instant, pay 2, target angel attack or attack action card with Herald in its name gets go again.
Yep.
So not as good as the previous Luminaris, but
still okay.
Do work. Cost 2, so you're pitching a yellow, so the theme is there.
Yeah, yellow deck, definitely.
Then we have Empyrean Rapture, which the full art My lord. It
Yeah,
is gorgeous.
that's a shelf card.
Yeah.
100%. As soon as I saw the first one without the full art, I was like, "Yep, that's gonna be the full art. It's going on my shelf."
Yep.
I was like, "I know that's definitely the thing."
So it's the legendary Light Illusionist Equipment chess piece. Is a card with Herald in its name has been put into your hero's soul during your turn. The first hero ability you activate this turn costs 2 less to activate.
You know, like the one where you flip it.
The one where you flip it. You just flip it for free.
You flip it for free. So, with just that in mind, we don't have to go deep, but I gotta point this combo out. With just those 3 pieces, Prism, Celestial Fury, Empyrean Rupture, and a beautiful little aura card called Genesis, which you can play at instant speed on your opponent's in step. Um, so you have 4 cards in hand, right? You take it to the face.
Yeah.
You pay 2 yellows, so that's 2 cards to put Genesis out on their in phase, right? This is an
Yeah.
old trick. You always did this. You put it out first so that it activates immediately after, right? When it activates, you take your 4th card and put it in your hero's soul. And of course, that 4th card is going to be a Herald. That's a light illusionist card, allowing you
Mhm.
to create a prismatic shield, draw a card, and then trigger go get a figment. Then you're going to go get a figment that's relevant to your board state, right? You do have to have something else in soul. So this isn't like a
But
turn
you
one
get to
move, right?
pick.
You get to pick. So get the one that's important for where the board state is for your opponent and stuff. Do you need more shields? Do you need to swing? Do you need to do arcane? You know, at targets. It depends on who you're fighting. That's the decision point, right? So then you go get your figment for free. You put it in the board, and then because you put a herald in your soul, maybe this doesn't work because of the timing of triggers. I don't know. This is where experts will come in and tell me I'm wrong. Uh, but because you put a herald in your soul, you should be able to activate for free and then automatically turn that figment into an angel all in one turn. And you have a yellow in your hand because you got to draw and a prismatic shield out. So that yellow can then be used to swing with the angel that's active, which is usually doubling whatever the figment
You
power
mean the
is.
herald has to be put in your soul on your turn?
It is.
Yeah.
The thing I just described, it does.
Okay.
Because Genesis does it on the beginning of your
Oh,
turn
so
or
you play okay, I see, I see. That's
yeah,
what I'm
you
missing
play
then.
Genesis on their turn so that it activates on your turn
Right,
right
right,
after.
right.
Yeah. So I think it all works. Now maybe there's triggers there that prevent it. Like maybe the once per turn instant for banishing to create the angel can't go off for free or something because of that. But either way, you'll still have that too, so you can pay for it to bring the angel out. You won't be able to swing with it that turn though, which would be much more disadvantage.
Right.
Um, yeah, that was just one thing I was thinking of, just with just very simple combination with these 3 cards. You're like, "Oh my god, like, how much board state value are you building there?" Um, Depends, though, because if it's not for free and you don't get to swing with it, then it will be far less effective because, you know, like anything else, the angels would probably be focused down, because it's illusionist, and if you're not killing their board state, you're losing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, anyways, crazy stuff.
So we have figments. Figment of
Yeah,
erudition.
it does work. Sorry, I just reread the Imperium Rupture. I'm pretty sure it works.
Cool.
You can swing with the angel. Yeah,
When
go
this
ahead.
legendary figment enters the arena, create a ponder token. So these figments, when you pull them out, they'll do something.
Yeah. So that combo I just described, you get that, right?
Yeah.
And then you flip it for free to the Angel of your edition or whatever it's called. Was it Soraya Archangel of your edition?
Hmm.
And then you have 2 in your hand because of Genesis. So you go ahead and swing with the angel. And when it attacks, you may banish a card from your hero soul. This is why you need 1 in your soul. If you do, draw 2 cards.
Seems
So you get
pretty
a
good.
ponder token and 2 cards. Yeah. Pay 2. Give yourself go again. If you already have a board state or something, you can swing a second angel. Yeah, that combo is gross.
Yeah. So and all these angels have ward 4.
Yeah, that's the key thing. Like they're gonna die
Yeah.
quickly. They're not gonna stay on the board. So you got to have those combos that bring them out and activate them pretty quick.
Right. Because even like a Kadachi, like it wards 4, but if it's only you're only being attacked for 1, it only prevents the 1.
Yeah, that's why that combo
Yeah.
I described is kind of cool too, because it creates a shield, which gives you at
Right.
least 1 point of protection before it kills your angel.
Right.
So yeah, Shields are going to be important, I think.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Especially with the low health and all these figments not blocking.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't.
They don't block.
Next.
Next, we got Figment of Judgment. These figments cost 4 too, just so, and they're yellow.
They cost free. If you're doing it right, they cost
Right,
free.
right. And they're your pitch cards when they're in your hand.
Yeah.
So we have Figment of Judgment, which is a legendary, so you can only have one of these in your deck. And when it enters the arena, you may turn a card in any banished zone face down.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a very good one.
No. But why is it legendary? Why does that matter?
They're all legendary. All figments are one of.
Are they? Oh, right. Yes, they are.
Yeah, and all archangels because of that are one of. So this isn't going to be spamming dragons. If you deal with a
No,
dragon, you
right.
won't be dealing with it later. Or I mean, deal with an angel, you
Yeah,
won't be dealing
right.
with it later. Which this is where like the big brain prism players are going to freaking salivate because yeah, sure, I came up with one random combination there, but you have to time it perfectly. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Like you
You
have
have
to
to
do
have
it
the cards.
at the point that it's the most impactful to change that momentum because it's going to be illusionist style. Blocky, 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 blocky. Setup, 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 setup. Go off like crazy. You know,
Yeah.
build momentum.
Right.
Yeah.
So Themis Archangel of Judgment is a once per turn action, cost 2 attack. When it attacks, you may banish a card from your hero's soul. If you do, turn a card in any banished zone face down.
Yeah.
Again,
Still
ward
not a fan
4.
of that.
No.
This one's not going to be included, I don't think, in most because it only helps against Levia, meh, Vincent.
Maybe.
Yeah, because it leaves it in there. Here's a ruling I don't have an answer on yet. If it's turned face down, does blood debt still count
Mm.
or a face down card? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I wonder how that works.
Yeah, because
Like if
that's
they're
going to
not
be
allowed to
hard.
play it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be kind of hard to keep track of some face up, some face down, blood debt. Yeah,
Yeah. 2 piles in the banish zone.
yeah. Little bit weird.
Yeah.
This art is amazing,
I
though.
know. This
I'm
one
gonna
is
say that a lot.
probably
I
my
love
favorite.
this. It is
Figment of
agreed. I'm
Protection.
like, why aren't you a better card?
Yeah.
Because your art is amazing.
When this legendary figment enters the arena, create a spectral shield token.
Yeah, I love this art too. The Figment side is amazing on this.
Yeah. I don't think do we have the other side?
We do.
Okay.
It's a little unfortunate. I'm not a fan of it.
Yeah.
It's a little robotic looking, which is okay, except there's like it's fine. It's a different style. You know how each of these are like a unique style, so
Right.
it's fine. But it's just it's one that's not my favorite.
Right. If
So,
you want to
which
follow along with us while we're doing this on February.
yeah.
February. So just click the Dusk Till Dawn at the top, and they're all in the order that we're talking about.
Yep.
Next up is Figment of Ravages. Legendary. Again, when this enters the arena, deal 1 arcane damage to any target.
Yeah.
And
And then
so then when
2
it
on the angel
attacks,
attack.
yeah, which is that seems pretty good.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Then we have Figment of Rebirth. When it enters the arena, you may put a yellow action card from your graveyard on top of your deck. Seems pretty good.
That
Recursion.
one's yeah, hugely useful. Question. Oh, interesting. Action card and all the figments are oh, they're all instants.
Yep.
Well, that's your trick. Okay, so that combo I described with Genesis, it's gonna be used for every single figment that you have to force out with your hand
Okay.
because you'll play it at the end step of your opponent's turn
Right.
to make sure you can flip it basically immediately. Some of them maybe not though because of the effect, right? Like you wouldn't necessarily
When you
want to
want
do
that,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a weird one. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. So you can't recurse the figments, but
Right.
that's a little rough. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. So when she attacks the Avalon Archangel of Rebirth, whenever she attacks, you may banish a card from your hero's soul. If you do, put a yellow card from your graveyard on top of your deck.
And that's just a card, so that you can use
Yes,
to get angels back. Interesting.
correct.
Cool. All right.
Next, we got Tenacity. Tenacity. When this enters the arena, your next attack this turn gains Dominate. So
Yeah,
Heralds
so
with
you want to do
Dominate.
this one on your turn. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And when she attacks, you banish a card from your hero soul. If you do, your attacks this turn gain Dominate, which is pretty gross. Multiple Dominate attacks.
Yeah, especially if there's the longer combo chain type of play that used to be possible. Although that was all activated by Luminaris, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not really it. So it'll be like one or two. Oh,
Yeah.
do any of the maybe some of the blue illusionist cards have go again that attack as well?
Mm,
That's
no.
the only things I can think of that can chain multiple go agains.
Right. I mean, you have Celestial Fury, which you can pay 2 to give it go again.
Hmm.
But then you're also paying for it's too much resources. Next up, we got Figment of Triumph. When this enters the arena, attack action cards your opponent's control get -1 this turn. And then on the angel side, when it attacks, you may banish a card from your hero's soul. If you do, attack action cards your opponent control get -1 until start of your next turn. Seems pretty good.
Yeah. All ninja stuff turned off, little daggers on
Yep.
Zuri turned off.
Yeah, against the assassins, the daggers,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah, it is.
And we got all kinds of figments. This one is a figment of war. When it enters the arena, create a courage token. So then when Bologna attacks, you may banish a card from your hero's soul. If you do, put a +1 counter on each angel you control.
That's a good one. If you
It
can keep
doesn't
the
say
angels on the
until end
field.
of turn.
Nope, they stay there. They stay there.
That seems pretty good.
That's yeah, if you can get a board state with this, you're out of control.
Yeah.
It's hard though. So a couple things when I was thinking that this was super powerful. I think it is a little repressive, but I think it's less repressive than I imagined because it's a tool for every situation, but only one in the deck. I wasn't thinking about that.
Right.
I'm curious. I wonder if you end up having like core angels and you build decks of heralds and the blue kind of generic illusionist stuff around it instead of what I was thinking, like the full angel deck.
Yeah, and then you sideboard in those. You sideboard in
Once
and out those.
Yeah, you know what? I think okay, this is interesting. Like okay, I feel now that we've gone through it together, I feel like I it's not as terrifying as it was when I first read it. I was like, "Oh my god, this is so powerful." But yeah, having only one of and how quickly they can be dispatched just by swinging,
Right.
that does balance it pretty well. This will be
Right.
interesting. I'm curious to see how this impacts the meta because she only has 32 life. That's the other thing. So
Right.
while this all seems super powerful, it's super
Remember, yeah.
ephemeral and
Yeah.
her life is low.
And none of these cards block.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to run into this when you need a hand to defend with when someone's doing their go off turn.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you take 2 or 3 or 4, you take some core, engine, and then everything gets built around it a little bit. Ooh,
Yeah.
interesting.
So you're not going to rip
Interesting.
cards out of Prism's hand, forcing them to block because they can't. A
Yeah,
lot of the times they won't be able to. So
yeah, depending on how many figments they have, yeah.
you got to pull in the pummels, force
But
cards out of their hand.
before we talk it down too much, let's move on to that next card.
I know because it, helps with all the
So we
things
were
we were
talking
talking
about this a
about.
second ago, yeah.
Target attack action Angelic Descent for 0 at instant speed. Give target attack action card with Herald in its name go again. Your next angel attack this turn gains +2.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah,
It's like Prism's Light Warrior.
I know. That's why
She did a reaction go again and +2 on the next attack. It's just like Dory,
John, see, this is why I was saying earlier that I
but it doesn't
maybe
block.
play Prism. That's
Yeah, yeah,
fine. It's
but it
fine.
doesn't
I'll just learn how to not block and then just go
block. With less life. Yeah, good
with
luck.
less life. It will be fine. The games will be quick no matter what, win or
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah, her
Okay with
armor
it.
doesn't block either.
No.
Ooh. Oof. Ooh, she is super squishy.
Yes.
Wow. Okay, this will be interesting. I thought she was just at first read, I thought she was way more like powerhousey. Now I'm like, "Ooh, actually there's a lot of limitations on this I didn't catch the first time around."
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's exciting. She's gonna be a big brain deck. Good God.
Know how I love those big brain decks.
All right, next one.
Celestial Reprimand. Target card defending an attack with Herald in its name gets -2 this combat chain. Yo, sixes aren't safe.
Yeah, your sixes will not create a popper all the time, but
Mhm.
again, it's a no block instant. So, do you really want a card slot with that?
Right, exactly. Are people actually going to play it?
Yeah, I
I
don't
doubt
know.
it.
Yeah, because you got your boots probably right. You're
Yeah,
almost certainly going to still have the ability to come back from a pop,
right. Or maybe it's
and
just
and
in
you
your
don't go
yeah,
again like six times with these decks, as far as we can tell. It's like a 1, 2. Like that's kind of your.
yeah,
So if you recover from the one, then that's usually going to be enough to just go ahead with the second one and be done.
yeah. But they can also block with Celestial Resolve at instant speed, target attack action with Herald in its name, because you're going to be playing cards with Heralds in its name. Gets +4 defense.
Yeah, I guess it technically is still an angel deck. It's just all the
Yeah,
herald
yeah.
plus archangels. Yeah. Yep. It's interesting. It's a weird set of cards. I like it.
It's very weird.
All right, moving on to your favorite.
We also, I'm not seeing, I remember seeing, are they just light cards? Yes, here they are. There's also the other thing that we were talking about, how it reminds you of Warrior.
Mhm.
Target attack action card with Herald in its name gets +4. Angelic Wrath
Oh yeah, yeah.
and
The
instant
just
speed.
straight light cards.
Yeah, they're just attack reactions. No, they're illusionist. They're light illusionist instant.
Oh,
All the way down at the bottom in the promos.
oh, it's a promo. That's why I
Hmm.
was like, I don't see that. What are you
Yeah,
talking about? Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Yeah, the earlier release promos. Yeah, Angelic Wrath. Yeah, those are sick too. Another instant with no block.
yeah, yeah,
Ooh, she gonna be squishy.
yeah. So, um, I had also recently been trying to pick up Bolton and understand Bolton. For some reason, I feel like these new Bolton cards are just more of the same, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't consider myself a Bolton expert. It just kind of seems like the things Prism got are a little flashier and a little better than the things Bolton got.
I mean, duh.
Of course, but
she
of
she
course.
she's the favorite, obviously.
Like we have a new Light Warrior weapon. Beaming Blade swings for 0, but once per turn action, pay 2, attack. If a yellow card has been put into your hero's soul this turn, it gets +5. So you can swing 5 for 2. Seems pretty good.
Seems good, yeah.
There's a lot of push around yellow with Bolton, but
Yeah.
I find that funny because all of the yellow attacks are like 2. So it's just like, great. You're doing all this buff stuff for on par damage.
I don't even think that's on par, is it?
No,
It's
like
below.
with the buff and everything, and you putting in resources and using a card for put in your soul. It's just. But we have the legendary Light Warrior chest, Soulbound Resolve. When this defends, you may charge your hero's soul. The first time you would be dealt damage each turn. If you've charged this turn, prevent 1 of that damage. Temper 2. What do we think?
Yeah. Go ahead and talk this one through because I misunderstood it when we first talked
Okay,
about it.
so when you defend with it, you may charge your hero's soul. So there are
Yep.
2 times during the game that you will get to charge your soul on your opponent's turn, if that's relevant, um, before this breaks because it's temper. But then has the permanent effect of the first time you would be dealt damage each turn. If you've charged this turn, prevent 1 of that damage. So,
But this is so if you're using this, you're blocking 2 and
correct.
preventing 1 automatically, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
So
that's
you
not
are
that
blocking
bad.
3 and losing a card from hand, which probably blocks 3. But then that card is now in your soul.
Okay,
Do
I
you want
see now.
to now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see now. I was like, "Wait, that seems good, right? Doesn't
Yeah,
that
it
good? I
does,
don't
but
know."
you get to do that once because the
Yeah,
next time you block, it's blocking 1 and preventing 1.
yeah. Okay, and you lose a 3 block card.
Yeah, where you
Just to
the second time
charge, and the
yes.
hope for the charge is just to give yourself go again next, like, as a
Yes,
Bolton player,
but
that's
you
what
don't
his
have any
charge is
cards because you
typically used
put it
for.
in your soul.
Yeah. No, you're building up for the big combo turn, alright, Tommy?
Ah, right.
So you can
I
go again,
forgot.
like, 6
Yeah,
times. That's
yeah,
how it works,
yeah.
somehow. No?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm no Bolton expert. I tried. I gave it the good college try.
Next.
Next, we got Beckoning Light. It's majestic, costs 0, swings for 3 blocks, 3 light warrior action attack. As an additional cost to play this, you may charge your hero's soul, par for the course. If a yellow card is charged this way, whenever an attack action card hits this combat chain, you may put an attack action card from your graveyard on top of your deck. So a little recursion.
I think this is better than you guys were giving it credit for. Now, maybe I'm missing something, but it's like a card that has a cost, right? Like you would be pitching for a card, right?
Pitching for a card that swings for 3 with no go
Yeah.
again.
Well, no go again, but has another effect, right? This graveyard recursion. The other one is
Yeah, and you get the graveyard recursion by losing another card.
why do you say that?
Because if the yellow card was charged this way, and then you had to charge this turn.
Well, you charge as part of the cost of this.
Yeah, right.
So it's a 2 card swing to get something out of your graveyard.
Yeah. 2
And you can give
cards,
it
swing
go
for
again
3.
from your soul because that's how Bolton works, right? Or am I
No,
wrong on
because
that?
it has to be +1. It has to be you have to buff it
Oh, it's
first.
only if it's buffed. I
Yeah.
forgot about that requirement.
Yep.
Uh,
And there are cards we'll get to that,
the hell, but now
that help.
you're not blocking. It's not
And this
your
is a
4 card
yeah,
hand to make anything happen. I see.
yeah. And
Ugh.
this is one of the Majestics, John.
Yeah, okay, I get it. I
Yeah.
forgot about the +1 requirement. I was like, but then you just have that gives you the go again, and
Yeah.
then like you swing your sword with the other card. Yeah, it's not most efficient, but a 5 attack, right? Like it's like
Yeah,
5 plus
right.
3 is 8 plus card back is kind of there.
Right.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Not without the +1.
Nope.
Okay. Now I see what you guys mean.
Yep. And next up, we got the other Majestic. It's one of the other Majestics, Spirit of War. As an additional cost to play this, you may charge your hero's soul. And then, if a yellow card was charged this way, notice all these yellow requirements. You're going to be
Yeah.
playing a lot of yellows to meet all these requirements. If a yellow card was charged, which just brings down your curve even more. If a yellow card was charged this way, whenever an attack action card hits this combat chain, create a courage token.
Encourage is a +1
+1 to your next attack action or
or weapon
weapon
swing.
attack. Yep. Which does help.
Ooh, I was gonna say that's how that one
That's
actually
the
does
bluff.
work,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
the +1. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Does
he
it
got a
pop
card.
at the end or
He
does
got
it
a card.
stay?
Courage?
Yeah. Does it stay
Yes.
until
It's
used?
until
Okay.
yeah.
So you can stack them up maybe?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
No, because you can't not use it.
Yeah, but if you're not swinging. If you do because again, I think Bolton's like a setup, 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 super combo wombo turn.
Right.
I mean, because that's how the double Luminaris works, right? Like you just basically spend the whole time trying to get in a good position, and then you swing for like I don't know how much life, but a lot. Um, so that only thing I imagining, and again, this is a stretch, is like building courage tokens along the way as well to try to get to that turn, and then that will give you that. Oh, but then it's all the pluses are going to be on the first swing.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, never mind. I don't know, man.
You're trying. You're
I'm
trying.
trying. I'm trying. Damn it.
Next
All
up, we
right.
have a card
Yeah.
with Go again. Prayer of Bologna. Non-attack action light warrior. Blocks 3. Your next attack this turn gets +2. Couldn't even, and it costs 1. Couldn't even give us +3. Reveal.
The fact that it costs 1 is the problem.
Yeah.
Like that's the big one.
Yeah.
It's like why you do that to us? You
Yeah,
just
it
made
costs
out of
1
reach.
and it's only +2.
It's out of reach now.
Reveal. It is yellow though, opposed to the other ones that are red. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it's yellow, put it into your hand, then charge your hero's soul.
Oh my god. So you're paying one, you're playing one. You have to have an additional card. You will pick up another card.
Mm-hmm. That go and then
I
yeah,
guess you can use it and put it into your soul.
yeah.
You can use that same card.
Or
So
another card
that's
on your
not
hand that would be
terrible.
better.
But yeah, but still. Yeah, exactly. It's whew, rough. Okay. Blocks 3 though.
Yeah, blocks 3. Next, we got
I'm trying to
Beaming
look at the bright side.
Beaming Bravado. At rare, costs 0, swings for 3, blocks 3. As an additional cost to play this, you may charge your hero's soul. If a yellow card is charged this way, this gets +1. So this seems good. But again, you need to meet that yellow requirement. And it doesn't have go again by itself. But it gives it the +1 so that you can maybe have the card in soul
Yeah, it's
to do that.
self doing. Yeah, self working on
Mhm.
the Gogin front. Yeah, that's pretty good. You could play the yellow one and swing for 3
Yeah. That's
with
speculative.
Gogin.
It's not confirmed yet.
It's almost certain. It's
Yeah.
common. Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
it isn't. It's
It's
rare.
rare.
It's rare. It's still probably certain. Are you
Yeah.
sure you don't want to join me on the dark side, Tommy? Just
No.
saying. Just saying.
It's too confusing over there.
That's fair.
V for Valor is next, another rare attack reaction, but it's an aura. It's a Light Warrior action aura. So you set this up a turn before because, why not just tell your opponent that you have an attack reaction coming, that you can pay 1 during the attack reaction, destroy this, charge your hero's soul, target attack gets +3.
Yeah, it does all lean towards what I'm saying. Now, maybe it's not there yet, but it does all lean towards it's just a setup deck, you know? It's like hardcore. Like you aren't supposed to be swinging hard every turn. Maybe a simple swing or something. I don't know exactly how it works,
And
but
they made it
something
block 2, John. It's a
I
warrior
know
card
that's
that
bad.
blocks
That's mean.
2.
That's mean. But yeah, it's like it feels like it's just get a board state and then go crazy. I don't know
Yeah.
exactly how, but
I mean, I guess you could play a bunch of V for Valors and then just stack them.
yeah, you have a V for Valor, you have a Courage token out. That gives you 2 go agains if you have your soul set up, and obviously all
Yeah.
this stuff helps you build your soul, right?
Actually, no. Yeah, if you play I wonder if you play like a Rainbow of V for Valor, because then you can always, but then you're
Always go
paying
again.
1
Yeah, I mean, and it's a 2 block, so you really don't want a rainbow of them
and you're
because the
not
rest of the
getting,
time you need to be blocking to maintain value, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, and you're
Like
putting one
you're
of these
trying to
out
set up and
at the end of a
avoid
turn
damage. Yeah.
that you need go again on
Yeesh. It's
because
it's
this is your action.
it's
Is putting
rough,
it
man.
out.
It's rough. I don't know. Bolton players, sound off. Tell us how to do this. I don't get it.
There are dozens of us, dozens. Next up, we got Glaring Impact. Costs 1 Light Warrior attack action. Swings for 4 this time and blocks 3, but it costs 1, which is par for the course. As an additional cost to play this, you may charge your hero's soul. If a yellow card is charged this way, this gets overpower. So it can't be defended by more than 1 action card.
Which is
Great.
interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. And this is a common, so we'll probably have 3 of these, right?
Yeah.
1 for each color. So
Then we have Light the Way. Cost 0, swings for 3, blocks 3. As an additional cost to play this, you may charge your hero's soul. When this hits, if a yellow card was charged this way, it gains go again.
I
Cool.
mean, you might as well just start reading the yellow ones instead of the red
Right.
ones.
Swing for 2.
Yeah.
Great. Value. Would have had more
When
value if
this
I just
hits,
block with it. It has to hit, and you have
and
to
you have to
charge
charge yellow
to give it to go again.
to go again.
Mhm.
It's hard. Keep going.
Resounding Courage. Here's an attack reaction. Gains +3. Cost 1. If you've charged this turn, create a Courage token, which seems pretty good. But I mean, okay, so they took out think of it compared to like Iron Song Response. They took out the reprise, so it's guaranteed +3 for 1, which is fine. And then if you've charged this turn, create a courage token. So I think this is actually pretty decent.
I mean, except you're not playing the red.
No, you're
Just
playing the
saying.
yellows.
Yeah, so
So
it's just plus
target
2.
light warrior attack gets +2
Yeah, just
for
plus 2.
1.
Yeah.
And create a
But
courage token, which is +1. So you're getting +3
yeah,
for the
but that will
value.
activate again, this one actually this is like a trigger to the combo, right? Because they will activate the go again on the 1, and then you'll have a courage token, which will activate the go again on the
On the
second
next
one.
one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of like here's the go off moment, right?
Yeah.
Now, how big is that go off moment? Doesn't
It
sound
could
very big.
help with charge of the light brigade. The next attack you charge this turn gets +3.
That's
So
good. That's got
that
to be
seems
good
pretty
every
good. And it's
time,
go
right? Yeah,
again. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry. The next attack you charge this turn
2
gets
plus
plus
2 for yellow.
two. Yeah, for yellow.
Yeah.
That's okay. So there are some like
There's
setup.
some good stuff.
Yeah.
There's yeah, it's a setup thing. It's not like a hardcore. It's not like an
No.
OTK setup, but it's definitely like set up for a few turns, go crazy. Set up for a few turns, go crazy. It does it average out? Question mark. Big question mark.
Every other turn you have a normal turn.
That's the point. It's got to be
Yeah.
more than a
Yeah, I
normal
know
turn,
exactly.
and you have to
Exactly.
defend effectively, which means your setup's limited, right? Because
Yeah.
that's how you got to maintain that value. Ugh,
Yeah.
hard, very difficult.
I think just the basic Dom played gameplay is more effective.
Well, it's solved. This is
Yeah,
new.
exactly.
Give it
That's
time.
true.
Give
That's
it
true.
time.
But you'll need to
Equipment?
find all the right ratios for
Yes.
all these different things, which will
Yes,
take time.
because this with the old cards, I think you can enhance that previous gameplay strategy
Yeah.
to make it more reliably uh damaging
Yep.
instead of just the waiting for the Luminaris turn or whatever.
Right.
Lumina Ascension, whatever it's called.
So now we have all the radiant cards, which are instance banish
Fucking
this.
gorgeous.
Yeah, they are really pretty.
Love
Banish
them.
this and a card from your hero's soul. Prevent the next 2 damage that would be dealt to your hero this turn.
I kind of wish they matched up to be like one piece of art
Yeah, that would have been
from
cool.
different perspectives because I'm like this whoever did this, who is that? I can't read the artist on here.
Eileen
Eileen
Shuri.
Sherry. Yeah. So fucking awesome. Like
Yeah, they're
gorgeous. I
gorgeous.
would love a huge, like a big picture of this or like a extended art something because
Yeah,
it's just so nice.
they're very pretty.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get the whole set. We get the headpiece, the chest, the arms, the legs.
Yep.
Next up, we get United We Stand. So this is one of those PvE teasing cards. When this defends together with, so it swings for 6, blocks 2, costs 3, is yellow, light action, attack. When it defends together with a card from hand, if Bolton is in your party, create a courage token. Then repeat for Bravo, Seismic Surge, Briar, Embodiment of Earth, Dorinthia, and Courage, Lexi, and Embodiment of Lightning, Oldhim, and Spellbane Aegis, Prism, and Spectral Shield, and Shiana, and Eloquence.
And we have no idea what a party is, so
No. But I figure it would just be like if you're playing this in one-on-one, if you're that person. It's like if Bolton played this.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's under rate if it's
Oh,
just
sure. Yeah,
one
right.
of those tokens, right?
Yes. Because it's 6 for 3.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of two.
Yeah.
So
And you're blocking for 2.
two. Yeah. So I'm like that makes it not very good if it's just one. The values in whatever a party is and having multiple of these things trigger simultaneously.
So next up, we have this bonker card called Lumina Lance.
This will help.
Yellow. Yeah, this will help both Prism and Bolton.
Yeah.
Cost 0. It's an attack reaction. Blocks 3. As an additional cost to play this, banish up to 3 cards from your soul. Choose that many modes. The modes are as follows. Target light attack gets +2. Target light attack gets when this hits, draw a card. And target light attack gets when this hits, it gets go again. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
Next up, we got Radiant Force Field. Light Instant Aura. If your hero would be dealt damage, banish a card from your hero's soul and prevent 1 of that damage. When there are no cards in your hero's soul, destroy this. Cost 0. Block 0.
Yeah.
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 Same. Lay to rest. Light action attack. Swings for 4, blocks 3, costs 1, is yellow. When this attacks a shadow hero, it gets +1. When this hits a hero, you may turn a card in their banished zone face down. So we need to figure out what that means.
Yeah, it's
Why that's
actually it is
relevant.
listed in the Monarch rules, but I
Okay,
don't recall if it mentions how Blood Debt works in regards to it.
got it.
But it basically means it's inactive, like, they cannot play face down in their Banished Zone cards.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But the blood debt still counts or something.
Well, we don't know.
We don't
That's
know.
the part
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, it
Because if
does.
you're
Yeah, it
locking
does.
something in their
Yeah,
Banished Zone that's hurting them every turn, that's huge.
that
If
seems
you're
good.
not, then it's less
Yeah,
good, right?
yeah. So next up, we got a light action Blessing of Salvation. Costs 1. If a card has been put into your hero's soul this turn, you may play this as though it were an instant. Gain 3 life. Blocks 2. Yeah,
I don't know, what do you think about that? Is that good?
I don't think so.
No?
I'd rather just play defense reaction, honestly. Like it's red.
Yeah,
So the
that
yellow, you
kinda
play the
hurts it.
yellow, you're gaining 2 for 1. You're paying
Yeah,
1.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's an action.
Yeah, it's an action, it doesn't have go again, you're
Yeah.
paying. So, what'd you do this turn?
Yeah, right.
Lost a bunch of
Exactly.
life,
Yeah.
basically? Yeah. Okay, got it.
Next up, we have Cleansing Light. Another light action. Costs 3, blocks 2. If a card has been put into your hero's soul this turn, you may play this as though it were an instant. Destroy target yellow aura. Okie dokie.
Yeah, what's an aura these days? I guess it's just like Genesis and those ones? Or
Probably.
do the figments count? They're not auras, are they?
No.
No, they aren't. So, it doesn't kill figments, so it's all the older stuff, like
Yeah.
the one that does the +1 damage to everything that swings, all that stuff, the old school yellow ones.
Yep.
Okay.
Next up, we have Blistering Assault for 2, swings for 4. 2 swings for 4. Blocks 2. If you have a yellow card in your pitch zone, it gains go again. Which you probably do because
You just paid
you
2
paid 2.
and you're playing all yellow.
Yeah.
Um, and it swings for 4, which is actually pretty decent in that situation because you know they're gonna be able to go again, you know? I
Yeah.
guess resource constraints though, yeah.
Yeah. Like, why don't you just play Scarface card?
And worse, it swing
Yeah.
or defends for 2.
Yeah. Right.
That makes it even harder to say yes to that.
Then we got Defender of Daybreak, costs 0, light attack action, swings for 3, blocks for 2. When this defends a shadow attack, non-equipment light cards get +1 defense this combat chain.
I like both these arts. Kinda
Cards are
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Garbage cards.
Yeah.
Not garbage, but
Unfortunately, not great.
yeah.
Not great.
Probably won't see play.
It depends on how repressive, like, Vincent is
Oh,
or
true.
whatever.
True. Could be a sideboard.
Yeah.
Searing Ray costs 1 yellow. If you have a yellow card in your pitch zone, it gets +2. So you're swinging for 5 on 1. Seems pretty good.
Uh,
Then oh yeah, and then that pluses itself, so that might be Bolton might play that.
can Bolton anything that has a plus,
Yeah,
you can soul to give it
yeah,
go again? Okay.
yeah. Maybe Bolton plays that.
Yeah. That
Break
does
of
seem
Dawn because you can control whether it gets it.
Mhm.
Break of Dawn costs 0. Light instant. The next time a shadow source would deal damage this turn, prevent 3 of that damage. I feel like you just play Oasis, but this is in yellow, so
It is in yellow.
doesn't block though.
No defense, though. It makes it tough. This is a weird set. I
It's a
like
very
it.
weird set. But
You
that's the light cards that we have.
yeah, did you wanna try to go through Shadow? It's even more confusing.
We can. Actually, there's a couple more promo cards. So there's the um, different bannerets.
Mhm.
Banneret of Resilience. Light Warrior attack action. Swings for 3, blocks 3, costs 0 at yellow. Soul Flare. When this is charged to your hero's soul, the next action card you defend with this turn gets +1. And there's another one when is this is charged to your hero's soul. The next time you hit this turn, gain 1 health. And then when this is charged to your hero's soul, the next time you hit this turn, gain 1 resource for Banneret of Vigor. So basically, just a bunch of yellow cards that you can put in your deck that are ideal soul targets because they give you something else when they go in your soul.
Yeah, and they block 3, so
Yeah.
they're actually pretty good utility.
Yeah, I think you will see
There's
those
6 of
played.
them. There's the ones
Yeah.
above too. Courage, gallantry,
Oh,
and
right.
protection.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so courage is when it's charged, create a courage token or create a quicken token with gallantry or a spellbane aegis token with banner to protection. Yeah. I mean, you can definitely you would play the courage one, probably play the quicken one would be good. I don't know about the defending one. The health one and the resource one though. Maybe the
Yeah.
if I had to pick 3, I'd do resource, courage, and quicken.
Yeah, those seem good. They all activate for Bolton
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, because that resource is just that's an axe swing.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
paying
that's
for one of
yeah, you're
your
starting
one
to see
effect.
a
Yeah,
full deck thing kinda work. I don't know,
yeah,
you have to get into the details at that point,
right, right.
um, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so courage, when you play an attack action card or activate a weapon attack, destroy this and the attack gets +1. So you can stack them, but it'll all go off on the same one.
On the one, yeah, you know, it's not a may, it's a
Right.
you do. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Cool.
Then we missed a couple other just warrior cards that would go with Bolton. So we got Decimator Great Axe, once per turn action, costs 3 attack. Swings for 4. The first time this is defended by a non-equipment card each turn, half the base defense of target defending card rounded up. So 3 becomes 2. Two-handed though.
Swings for 4, and then your defense will be down by 1
Yeah.
each card, give or take. Well, yeah,
Unless it's a
period.
defense reaction and then it's 2.
Well, it's still
Yeah.
2, yeah. So they will inefficiently block at best, but there's no go again, and it costs 3.
I mean if there's a way to I mean there's the axes that really pump. So then you pair that and then unmovable can't like having unmovable would be awesome,
Mm,
but
that's yeah, that is actually interesting.
you have to build your whole deck around that, and then if people
There has
just
to be a
aren't playing
reason.
unmovable,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
But
weird one.
then we finally get a warrior shield, Bastion of Unity. It
Looks cool.
has Unity. When this defends together with a card from hand, it gains +1 until the end of turn. Temper.
I like the art for this. I think this will be a cool cold foil.
Yeah, absolutely. If I do not pull it, I will be getting one. Same with Iron Song Versus. Once per turn action, warrior equipment arms blocks 2 with temper, unfortunately. But once per turn action, pay 1. Your next sword attack this turn gets when this hits a hero, create a courage token. Go ahead.
That's is that really good for no, that's not good enough for Dory because of what she already uses, right?
Correct. Because it has battle worn. And then you have to use this before. So your next sword attack this turn gets when it hits a hero. So like they know it's gonna happen.
Oh, good God. Yeah, that's like multiple steps out. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Mm,
So they can see that happening. It's
yeah.
definitely more for Bolton than Dory.
The art is awesome.
Yeah.
That one's definitely gonna be good in cold foil. I wonder if that's gonna be a full art.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, I hope so too, because that looks really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Josh Lau showed this off and he uh, has the cold foil and showed it off and it looks gorgeous with the gold and the metal.
Yeah, I bet. I
Yeah.
bet.
But then we have the one card Dory did get a specialization, Chorus of Iron Song. Swings for 1 until end of turn. Target Dawnblade gets +1, and damage this would deal can't be prevented. Unity. When this defends together with a card from hand, create a courage token under any number of heroes' control. So you want the courage token, so that's good. And it can't be prevented. Seems pretty good. Because word
Do
prevents.
people I was gonna say, do people, Oasis on you a lot?
No, but the ward of the angels do.
Oh, good call. Yeah, that is good. I didn't think about that part.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think,
yeah.
yeah, I think this card will, I don't know. It'll be very interesting to play Dory into Prism, the new Prism. Because you
Yeah.
don't have the 6s to pop everything, but you're racing and they have less health and they can't
Mhm.
block. So you're getting counters. And
Yeah.
then you can swing in with this and then all of their prevention just doesn't happen.
Yeah, Dory might actually be kind of a pain in the butt for Prism.
Mm-hmm. Which would be really bad if I switched to Prism and then just hated Dory because.
I would laugh so hard if that happened.
And then
Oh,
someone else
man.
goes Dory in the shop and it's just like, cool. Yeah. Fun.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm coming in with Dory, Tommy, just to mess up your Prism. No.
I'll just bring
Murloc
both. And if
Hill.
you show up, I'll just play Dory too.
Morlock Hill. That's a warrior too.
Yes.
Even though it does not look like a light card.
No, it's a warrior instant. It's a blue. It's 0. An instant. The next time you would be dealt lethal damage this turn, you may banish Minerva Thermos from your hand or arsenal to prevent that damage. So this requires you to play Minerva. This requires a lot of setup. This is a very cool thematic story card. I do not see it being played. Although I may. Honestly, I think I'm going to add this to my Kasai deck.
Mhm.
Because I do play Minerva there.
That makes sense, yeah.
I wouldn't add Minerva to.
Dory.
Oh,
What?
what if you added Minerva to Bolton?
I have no idea. Is that any good?
Because then, because then you get the pluses on the sword, on the axes. I guess you're not. This new Bolton probably won't be axe heavy. It'll be that new sword thing. So it doesn't really work as well. Never mind. Talked myself out of it. But Kasai, yeah, I could play this in Kasai.
Cool. And it's story theme.
Story themed, yeah.
Minerva sacrifices herself and gets consumed by the shadow and will become our first shadow warrior at
Oh
some
snap!
point in the future. That's
Could be
my
cool.
my guess, yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool.
Corrupted by the darkness. Cool. I don't know where we are on time.
We're about 50 something minutes.
So split it. Do the shadow next time because it's even more convoluted to explain, and
Yeah,
maybe we'll have a better sense.
and we'll have
And
we'll
all
have
the
the
cards
rest of
aren't
the
out yet.
cards, so we don't have
Yeah,
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
context.
Fair, fair. Okay, seems fair.
So
There's some crazy shit over there, guys.
it's wild. Yeah,
I'm trying. I'm trying to understand it. I think I'm beginning to get it, but boy, is it confusing how these shadow cards work together and how well they'll work together.
yeah,
So I'm excited to hear what the big brains have to say.
absolutely. Cool. Well, anything else before we wrap this up?
No, nothing to talk about yet. We'll do our fab watch, see how the markets are being affected by this stuff. You'll get to see that, hear that tomorrow, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Sounds like a plan.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, until next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.